recording this. Recording started. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Right. So in the previous class, we have just started about the Git. We have just started about the. So as per Git, I told three types of files will be. What are the three types of as per the Git that we have? Don't tell me. Untracked files. Working directory, very good. Untracked. In the working directory, we have a file called untracked files, right? So again, we have another type of staged files, and we have finally committed files. These are the three types of files which you have in the as per the Git architecture. There are three types: untracked files, staged files, committed files. Okay, so already we have discussed about this. How can we move our files from untracked area to staged area? And staged files, we have learned how to move to local repo. Right. So when there is a meaningful progress in the code, then only the developer will commit his files. Okay. So these things practically we have discussed in the last session. So let me open the A4 today. Right. So what is our agenda for today? Just a quick recap about the untracked files, staged files, committed files. So the files which are modified or newly added, those all files will be considered as untracked file. Okay. So next, we cannot move the files directly to the committed, directly to the local repository. First, there will be a staging area. From the staging area, then only we can move our files to the local repository. It's nothing but the doing the commit. Okay. So next we will discuss about the understanding. Today a very important topic, that is nothing but the branching concept in the Git. Okay, what is branching? Why it is important? So these things we will discuss today. Okay. So next, how to work with branches. Let's learn how to create a new branch. So how to see list of branches, switching from one branch to another branch. Okay, and after that finally merging the tailed branch with the master branch. So why we need to merge, that thing also we will understand. And finally there is importance for this .git ignore file. So that importance also the finally we will. Okay. So finally I will give you some homework also. You can practice on yours. Right. So see here, understanding Git file stages. Okay. First type is untracked file. What is the definition of untracked files? Files that are newly created and not yet tracked by Git. They are files that have not been added to the staging area or committed to the repository. Such type of files are called untracked files. Example. What is the example? If you create a new file called example.txt, the file name here it is example.txt. Git does not track it until you explicitly tell it to. So these files remain untracked. Or else if you modify any file, that those files also comes under the untracked file. Unless manually added using Git commands. So in order to manage the files, we need to enter some commands, then only we can do the management, right? So the command to check is git status, right? So these are all things we have discussed in the last class itself. So next there is a second stage, staged files. So definition is files that are marked to be included to in the next commit. The staged area, what will be there? Staged files will be there. So those files which are ready to commit, those files will stay in the staged files. Example, what is the example? Use the following command to stage. Okay. So the first command is git. If you want to move to, can anyone tell me untracked files to staged area? I want to move any file to untracked file to staged area. What is the command that I need to pass? Git add followed by file name. Git add followed by file. So only if you want to move single file, you need to give this command, or else if you want to move all the files to staged area, then you can just give git space add dot. Then all the files will be moved to staging. Next, from the staging area, the files which are ready to commit, those files will be there in the staged area. So from staged area, if you want to move to committed area, then again you need to give git commit -m. -m stands for the message. So if you give this command, all the files will move to the committed. Okay, and you can send some message. You can write any message that you want. Okay. So in this way, we already start working with the Git. So we all already in the previous class we have discussed about. Now I think no any doubts in the this committed files, staged files, or untracked files. Any doubts, anyone? Or else let's can I continue with today's session? Let me know. Any doubts, anyone?
No, sir. Please continue.
Right. Now let's understand the concept of branching. Now let's understand the concept of. Right, sir. So why do we need branching in Git? What is the purpose? Why do we need the understand here? What is the purpose of branching in Git? If someone asks you what is the purpose of branching, your answer should be very clear. Right. Now let's take one example here. Right. Take any application. This. Let's go with the ICICI. Right, sir. You all able to see my screen, right? So here, can you see the application also, ICICI Bank related application?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Sir, what is this on the top? You can see something called personal, NRI. These all things are there. Now, assume that there is a developer. Now, assume that there is a developer. Okay. Dev. I'm just writing the name as. So, Dev1 is having some requirement. Okay. He is having some requirement that he need to work here on the this let's take it as a account. Go with accounts, right, sir? In the dev one home page is there, na? So the requirement for the dev one is he need to develop a home page. This is nothing but the home page of the ICICI Bank. This is nothing but the home page of a ICICI Bank. Sir, here to develop a application, what the developer will do, the single developer, what he will do? If I ask him to develop a home page, only the home page he need to develop. So what he will do? He will divide his work into components, sir. He will divide. What he will do? He will divide his work into components. So what do you mean by components? If you see this application, This what is this, sir? On top there are some things here. We call it as pre-header. I think so, right? This is nothing but the pre-header. Huh? Pre-header is one component, sir. Pre-header is one component. After that, there is a header part. Huh? Header is one component, and there will be a footer. Footer is one component. There will be sidebar. Sidebar is one component. Or else you can take navbar example. Navbar is one component. So each and every component he will create one branch. For each and every component he will create one branch. Why we are creating branches means, if you create a branch for each and every individual component, then there will be a isolation. You need to remember, then there will be a isolation. There will be isolation for every branch. I will name this as pre-header branch, and I will name this as one more branch, child branch. So there are different types of branches I can create. So what happens here? I will write the code to develop the pre-header part in this branch. I will write the code. The developer will write a different code in this to develop the header part for the same website. So the developer will write a footer related code here in the footer branch. So different branches are having different code is also the developer is writing. So finally what he will do? Finally he need to combine all these components, and home branch will be created. Sorry, home module will be created. Home module will be created. Finally, if he want, finally what he need to? He need to merge. He need to merge all the components. It means all the branches he need to merge. All the branches if he merged, then what happens? Finally, this output will come. What is the output? Home module. Finally, this module will be coming as a output. So not only that, for example, now the developer is working, the developer responsibility is to develop a only single component. Okay, now developer responsibility is to develop a single component. For this purpose, developer created one branch. Developer created one branch, and the branch name the developer taken it as a master branch. The developer taken it as a master branch. Now directly he don't manage the code in the. He is not going to manage the code in the master branch. What this developer will do? This developer will create one branch to manage the component. First he will create a test branch. First he will create a test branch. Inside this test branch, this single component which he want to manage, that component testing happens in this test branch. The testing related activity he will write in the test branch. Once everything was clear, then finally he will merge this test branch with the master branch. Okay, in that way, without any issues, he can manage the code. Without any issues, he can manage the code. So that is the purpose of the branching. Okay, so branching, by the branching, if you use branching concept, first of all you need to there will be isolation, sir. Different types of branches we can create. So each branch we can manage individually without affecting another branch code. So different here also, in this branch also there will be some code related to that component. Here also there will be some code. Here also there will be some code. So the code is not getting disturbed. Other related component developer, whatever the code the developer is going to write, so those components are not getting disturbed. Okay, individually he is maintaining branches for each component, and he is creating files. Okay, right? So files are nothing but, in the files what we have, the developer written code. So individually he is going to manage the branch, and finally he will merge all the branches together to whatever the expected output that he want. Finally he is going to get that part. Okay, the main thing will be isolate, right? The main aspect is here isolate. Okay, so not only for that purpose, for testing purpose also he can create a branch. He might create a branch. So in this testing branch, he will manage, he will write entire code. So he will do some changes, whatever the things he want to do here, he will do. So finally, the output comes means he will shift all the components to the main branch. Main branch, we call this branch as a main branch, or you can call this as a master branch also. Anything is okay. Some people will call it as main, some people will call it as master. Okay. So this is the need of branching. Now I am going to create one branch. Now see here. So assume that now I am a developer. Now I am going to create a one branch. So let's take this branch name as, I am going to take this branch name as master. I am going to take this branch name as, so I am going to create here some files. Okay. So the file name I am taking it as F1, and I will do finally commit. I will commit this file. I will name the commit as a commit. Okay. One more file I will create. Second file I will name it as F2. Okay. And I will do again commit here, and I am naming this as b commit. Okay. Now in the master branch, how many files are there in total? Two files I have created and two files I have committed. Now my requirement was to create one more branch. I from the team manager, I got one. From the team manager, I got one more job to create one more to work on one more component. So for that purpose, I am going to create one more branch. I will name this branch as test branch. Okay, I am naming this branch as test branch. Right. So one more branch I have created. Again here, what I will do, I will create some more files here. So I will take this file name as T1. Okay. And I will do commit here. Now I am doing commit and message as C commit. One more file I will create here. Okay. So I will name this as T2. File name is T2. And here also I will do commit T commit. Now after this, I am going to shift from one branch to another branch. Again from test branch, I want to move to master branch. Again I will start working in the master branch. And again I will create one more file here. The file name is F3, and I will do the commit here. I will take it as E commit. So this type of activity I want to do now. This type of activity I want to. So in total, how many branches I have created here in this example? Two branches. One is master branch and another one is the test. So in the master branch, I have created few files. In the test branch, I have created few files. Finally, I got requirement. I want to move from one branch to another branch. So I have shifted from here to here. Again, I have created here finally one more file. Finally, I will merge this test branch to master branch. Okay, this activity today we will do. Anyways, now tell me any doubts in this branching concept. All of you understand what is branching concept? Any doubts in this, or else let me can we move to practical part? So this is all about the theory related to branching and అర్థమైంది అందరికి. Please confirm all of you.
Yes.
Right. So sir, now I am creating one folder here. Now I am going to select one drive first, D drive. Now I am creating one folder. The folder name is, I am taking here as project. Okay. I have created one folder. I am inside this folder. I am inside this folder. Now I am opening here the Git Bash terminal here. So I just right click on it. So now you can see there is an option called open Git Bash. Just open the Git Bash here. Now the first command, can anyone tell me what is the first command? First of all, I want to convert this folder into developer working directory. First command is what? To convert normal folder into developer working directory, what is the command that we need to pass? Git init, sir. Git init. Yes. This command will convert a normal folder into work. Two observations. The first thing, you can see something called master, and this is the same folder, same directory. One more hidden directory will get created. That is nothing but a Git. That is nothing but a Git. Sir, now we assume that I am a Java developer. Now I got requirement to start with the project. Okay. So first of all, as per the diagram, let's move forward. So first of all, I am already having a default branch. I am already having a default branch. The branch name is master. The default branch name is master. So here, how many files I need to create? How many files? Two files I need to create. First, how to create a file? By using a command called touch. The file name is f1. Sir, I have created one file. The file name is f1. Now press enter. Okay, now file created. So by default, if I type git status, by default this file will be untracked file. You can see here the file is untracked file. Now I want to move this file from where to where? Untracked to staging area. So how can we move from untracked to staging area? Git add space dot. So all the files will be moved to staged area. From there again, I am going to do first commit now. I am going to do first commit. If I again type git status, you can't see that file. The file got moved to staging area. The file color also get changed. Now how to move to local repository? Git commit -m, and here I am passing some message as a commit. Okay. So inside this double quotes, whatever you write, that is a message, and I am naming the message as a commit. Okay. Now press enter. So I have done. I have created one file. I have moved to staging area to local repository. In the same way, I need to create one more file, right? So I am creating one more file. File name is f2. File name is f2. By default, this is also untracked file. So I am moving it to directly to staging area. From staging area to I am moving it to local repository. You already know how to move to local repository. Just now I have explained. Now two files I have created, two files I have moved to, I have committed, sir. Okay, I have committed. If I type git status, now see on branch master, nothing to commit, everything is working tree clean. Okay, now my requirement is the developer want to work on different component. Okay, developer want to work on different component. For that purpose, developer what he is doing, he is going to create one more branch, git branch. To create a branch, you need to give the command git branch followed by branch name. I am naming the branch name as test. I am naming the branch. I am taking here the branch name as test. That I have created one branch. I did not get any error. The test branch successfully created. Now how to move from one branch to another branch? How to move from one branch to another branch? Git checkout, sir. Git checkout. If you give git checkout and followed by that branch name, you will move to one. The current branch is master. From the master branch, now I will move to test branch. Now observe the command. Now switching to branch called test. Now see here also the branch name changed to test. Right. So now I am in the which branch here? Test. Now I am in the test branch. So as per the diagram here also I need to create two files. The two files names are T1 and T2. So let's create git. So first of all, how to create a file? By using a touch command. Touch command is used to create a empty file. So I am naming the file as T1. Now I want to move this file to staging area. What is the command? Git space add space dot. Now I am going to do the third commit. Which commit is this, sir? Third commit. C commit. I am naming it as C commit. Now again I am creating one more file T2. Now again I am going to move this file to staging area. Again I am going to move this file to local repository. Git commit -m. Which commit this is? C commit. So I have created a branch. Inside this branch also I have created two more files. After that I have moved to After that I have committed, and the final commit what I have done is decommit. Now what is my requirement? I need to switch from here to again master branch. From the child branch to I want to move to parent branch. Parent branch is nothing but the master. From child branch, how can I again go to master branch? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me how to move to one branch to another branch? Just I already told you previously also. Just now I told you. Hello. Is everything? Yes. Git checkout. Very good. Git checkout. So again I am saying git checkout. What I am saying here, git checkout master. Now again I have switched from test branch to which branch? Master. From test branch to child branch to master branch I have. Now again one more file I need to create. One more file I need to create. The file name here I am taking again, see, touch F3. Touch F3. So again I want to move to staging area. For that git space add space dot. Now files moved from untracked files to this working directory to staging area, again staging area to local repository. So again I am saying here git commit -m. The last commit is e commit. I think the final commit is d here. Now I am giving here commit as e commit. Now enter. Done. See, I have moved from test branch to master branch. Now finally I have committed this uh, F3 also. Right, in this way I can create files and manage the branches. So see here, now what is the purpose of git log? Git log command displays all the commits made, including the commit message from each snapshot. Now I'm saying I want to see all the commits. Okay, I want to see all the commits. Git log space hyphen one line. If I give the commit, now how many commits I am able to see here? A, B, only in the master branch, whatever the commits I have done, so only those commits I am able to see. In the child branch, now if I type here, now if I go, now tell me one thing, if I go to child branch, again if I pass the same command, will I see only child commits or the master commits also? I will again switch from master to child. Again, I will switch from master branch to child branch. Now tell me, in the child branch, if I pass the command git log hyphen one line, then here in the child branch, how many commits I will see? That is the question. How many commits I will? Anyone? See here. If I switch to child branch, now you need to remember this point also. Now see here. By default, child can inherit parent history. All the commits in the parent branch will get copied into child branch. Okay, by default this will happen. Okay, so now if I go to git again, git bash terminal, now I am going to switch to child branch. Git checkout child is test. Now if I type command here git log hyphen one line, now you can see along with the master branch child branch commit also. along with the master branch, child branch commits also you can see. Okay, so this is how. Right. So now again I am going. Now I want to merge this child branch to master branch. Now I want to merge this child to master. So how can I merge this child to master? Now the merging activity should always happen from the master branch only, not from the child. Okay. Merging activity should always happens should always happens from the master branch, or else you can say parent branch only, not from the child branch, not from the child. So now I am going here. Now git checkout master. Now git checkout branch name is master. Now what I will do, git merge. Yes, the child branch I want to merge now. So just I will say command called git merge. Which branch you want to merge? That branch name you need to mention. Now press enter. So this is the common thing. No need to worry about this public. So merge done. Now if I check git log space hyphen hyphen one line, now you can see the commits that are there in the master as well as the. Okay. So this way you can merge all the other branches to the parent. Right. Now why do we require branching? Here also I have written something. Allows you to work on different features, fixes, or experiments without affecting the main code. Prevents incomplete or experimental code from being merged into the main branch premature. Making collaboration easier. This is very important. What it will do, the branching by using, if you use branching means the collaboration between the branches will be easy by enabling multiple developers to work on different tasks simultaneously. Okay, so real life example also here it is there. Imagine that you are developing a login feature for a web application. You can create a branch called feature login. The branch name here it is written as feature login specifically for this task. While working on this feature, the master branch remains stable and unaffected by your changes. Once login feature is completed and tested, you can merge later on to the master branch back into the main branch. Master branch is nothing but the main branch. Okay, so this is one example. So how to create a branch you already learned. Git branch followed by branch name. By using this command, we can create a new branch. To create a branch called, you need to pass this feature login. Here, the example is different. We are creating one branch called feature branch. To see list of all the branches, what is the command? Git branch. So I am going to give here command called git branch. Now see here, how many branches are there? Two branches. One is master and test. The branch whichever you are pointing to, that will be shown, this asterisk symbol will be shown to pointed to that branch. So right now I am pointing to master, so that's the reason the asterisk is showing to master branch as a this symbol, it is showing as a master. Okay, so next star indicates the active branch. Just now I told you star indicates the active branch. In this example you are still on the master. So if you want to move control to another branch, we already shown you. I have given this command also. Git checkout followed by the branch which you want to move. That branch name you need to enter. To switch to another branch, you need to give the. Next, after running this command, any changes you will be specified to. Next, finally, all the activity you have done. Finally, if you want to merge the branch means you need to use git merge followed by a branch. Then the merge always it should happen from the master branch only. It means the parent branch only, not from the child branch. Remember that. Example, to merge feature login into master, follow the steps. First of all, we need to go to master branch, and from there we need to merge. This incorporates the changes from the feature login into the master branch. Conflicts may arise if the same lines of the code were modified in both branches. Sir, we will discuss about the file conflictions in the upcoming sessions. Maybe tomorrow I will discuss about this concept called file confliction. And Git will prompt you to resolve conflicts manually before completing the merge. What is the tip here? Ensure that branch you want to merge is up to date by pulling the latest changes if necessary. Okay. Next. Now let's understand the importance of .git ignore. Now let's understand the importance of .git ignore. What is the purpose of .git ignores? Once read the definition. A file you list patterns, file names or directories that Git should ignore. This prevents sensitive or irrelevant files from being tracked in the repository. Sir, now I want to develop my requirement is to develop a home page. Right? I want to develop a home page. So now I am a Python developer means or else HTML is required, CSS is required, JavaScript is required, everything is required. If I am a Python developer, only .py files should be there, not .java files, right? So I have started writing code in Python means the file should be only Python file should be available. So in order to I can avoid another unwanted files or not. So I need to eliminate all other text files may be there, right? So different types of files will be also generated. Class files might be generated. These all files I need to avoid except Python. Except Python files I want to avoid remaining all other files because no, not necessary. Those files, even though they exist, it's waste of memory, but there is no usage, right? So just I want to avoid all the files, only I want to move specific files only. Git should recognize only Python files, and if you want to avoid any other files means yes sir, you can with the help of git ignore you can avoid those files. Okay, so first of all you need to create a file. This is the .git ignore file you need to create. So just go to the git. Now I am in the master branch. I think right now if I type git status, now there is nothing, no files at all. So let's create some files here. So how I am creating files? I am giving the command called touch f. Let me create Python files. So I am naming it as 1.py, 2.py, 3.py. సో అంటే మీకు ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మీరు ఏదైతే ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఉందో ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ రిలేటెడ్ ఫైల్స్ మాత్రమే మీకు ఉండాలి తప్ప అన్నెసెసరీ ఫైల్స్తో మీకు సంబంధం లేదు కదా. సో అన్నెసెసరీ ఫైల్స్ని ఏ విధంగా అవాయిడ్ చేయాలని చెప్పేది గిట్ ఇగ్నోర్. ఓకే, సో జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ క్రియేటింగ్ వన్ మోర్ ఫైల్ కాల్డ్ .4.py. సో అన్వాంటెడ్ ఫైల్స్ ఆల్సో ఐఎమ్ క్రియేటింగ్ 1.txt, 2.java, okay, 3.class. Okay, now I want to ignore these all files: text file, Java file, class file. First let me create files created. Now if I type git status, now see here all the files it is showing. Okay, now I want to ignore these class files, text files, Java files. Java file .txt, .class, .java. These files I need to avoid. So how to avoid it? Vi space .git ignore is the command. So this the file name should be .git ignore only, not any other file name. Okay, now press enter, go to insert mode. Whatever the files that you want to ignore, just first of all use asterisk. Which file you want to avoid? .txt I want to avoid. Next again asterisk. Which star asterisk is nothing but star means all the text files I am going to, this git ignore file is going to avoid all the text files. .java files it will avoid. Again asterisk .class, all the class related extension with the .class it will avoid. Okay, I think these are only the files which we want to avoid. Now again press escape, :wq, save and quit. Now again if I type git status, now see what happens. See, only Python related files it is showing. Git is recognizing only Python related files. not any other files, class files, Java files, text files. It is ignoring. So now I can do commit. If I do commit, only Python files will be sent to local repository, not any other unnecessary files. Git add dot git commit hyphen m followed by h commit, some any other commit also, right? Only see here, only Python files mode, right? To the local repository, these all the Python files only moved, except other any other unwanted files we have avoided. Git is avoiding those files. So that is the importance of the git ignore. So ignore all the log files. Here there is a dot log. Dot log means all the log files will be avoided. So finally git status means it will show you git status. There are no files actual, nothing on branch master clean, nothing is there to commit. Okay, this message you will get. Note, what is the note here? The dot git ignore file itself cannot be committed to the repository, so that other collaborators follow the same ignore rules. So other developers might also be there, so they will also use this file to ignore any unnecessary files from their side. So I am giving you the homework for today. What you are going to do means you need to practice this all the commands, creating a branch, how to switch from one branch to another branch, creating a file, and move files to staging, commit, right? Switching back to one another branch, right? So practice all these commands, whatever we have discussed. Finally, explore about this dot git ignore also. Any doubts in this session, or else I will end this session. Clear about the branching concept, all of you? Respond. The Dean Bhaskar lady joiner మీరు రైట్ రైట్ ఓకే రైట్ రికార్డింగ్ యా ఇట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ ఇట్స్ బీన్ రికార్డింగ్ దిస్ వీడియో విల్ బి ఎస్ ఎస్ నేను ఇది అప్లోడ్ చేస్తాను. డౌట్ ఏమైనా ఉందా? అర్థమైందా కాన్సెప్ట్ బ్రాంచింగ్ అనేది ఎందుకనేది? సురేష్ సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ మనకి ఇతను సార్కి ఏదో పని ఉందని చెప్పారు నాకు. నేను కాల్ చేశాను సార్కి, బట్ ఏదో వర్క్ ఉంది సార్, రికార్డింగ్ వింటాను. మేబీ టుమారో నుంచి సార్ జాయిన్ అవుతారు. చేస్తాను, మార్నింగ్ చేస్తాను. రాత్రి అయింది కదా పడుకునే టైము. రేపు రేపు అప్లోడ్. అవునవునవును. సో పద్మ, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ అటెండింగ్ ది సెషన్. రెగ్యులర్స్గా అటెండ్ అవ్వు ఈ సెషన్స్, మానద్దు. భాస్కర్ అండ్ ఓకే రైట్. టుమారో వీ కంటిన్యూ. ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు ఎండ్ ది సెషన్. బై.